Tonight, on this week's episode, what in the heck is going on in Philadelphia? A new MVP candidate for this new soft NBA? We talked about rookies last episode. We've got a forgotten one that Black Moses wants to bloviate us on. All more and then I can't even finish it. This much and more on this week's episode of No Hezzy Hoopcast. Gentlemen?
Hey, we had a couple weeks off, but we back now.
We
right?
did.
Yeah.
I am Schwab, J.R. Schwab. Got Black Moses and Leak sitting next to me. Gentlemen,
Start
how do
your
you
engines.
do? Let's get ready. I can't even say that without having owing somebody money. Let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah.
even yell that.
But I
No,
mean,
without us.
I know, I was going to say that's copywritten, right?
It is copywritten. We've got a great episode for you tonight.
Do we?
We do. But I would hope so by that intro that I just gave everybody.
I was honestly probably your best intro so far, I think.
I usually like to keep it a little awkward, but that was at least some semblance of a TV episode.
I was
I,
hanging
said,
on
I,
the
said, I
ledge.
think the people will appreciate that.
Hopefully the people appreciated that. Let's get right into it. All I can think about is Markelle Fultz's horrible free throw shooting jokes. We're going to talk about Philadelphia tonight because I feel like now is the time to bring up Philadelphia. They're playing well this year in the first 10, 15 games of the season. We've seen ups and downs. Ben Simmons is balling right now. We talked about him last week. Joel Embiid is back to his same old self that he was last year in the 35, 40 games that he played. And, of course, Markelle Fultz's spectacular free throw shooting woes continue. We haven't seen him in, what, 5? He only played 3 games this year, right?
Yeah,
Before they
he's
shut him
He
down?
don't play much yet.
He's been out for a week.
League, you had the whole Philly escapade that you wanted to go in on. Do you want to elaborate on anything in particular?
Man.
Or do you want to just hit it right off the top?
Yo, I had this whole like straight narrativic gloviation prepared, but I mean it's just so bad over there.
Yeah.
But actually it's not really that bad
It's
because
not
Ben
that bad.
Simmons is doing really well. I mean Ben Simmons is a saving grace over there. I was gonna there's no need for me to go in on how they gave Embiid that huge contract and he's only played 30 games, or how they another number 1 pick showed up injured somehow, or even how Hanky died for their sins, but but they're still not in a position to make the playoffs.
And don't forget about Jalil not getting the ticket.
Even now, Jalil's not
We'll
getting
go
to-
in. We'll talk about Jalil.
Even Coangelo even tried to control the narrative with Markelle. Because remember you had that report saying he had the injection in his shoulder.
Fluid drain first.
Fluid drain first.
Then the
And
injection.
and that was Colangelo that said the fluid was drained. The agent came out and said no, fluid wasn't. Cortisone was injected. So Colangelo's trying to control the narrative here, and then we're not going to allow that.
They're dropping the ball on. They're definitely dropping the ball on the way they're handling the new. I guess we could call it the process phase 2.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
phase 2, yeah.
JJ Redick also is playing up.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: we would be in those thoughts that Leak had about Philly last week or 2 weeks ago. We would still be having those right now if they hadn't been winning games. We're on a 5-game winning streak before they lost 2 straight, I think, to the Kings and the Warriors. But I mean, even then, we would never have seen a 5-game winning streak out of Philly the last couple of years.
No.
Yeah. Well,
So
they didn't want to win.
Exactly. I mean, so I guess it worked in their favor in the long run. But they seem to be making moves right now. Watching Ben Simmons play is nuts. I watched him live. I got to see him live against the Kings the other night.
That's right.
What's
And
that big body look like?
He looks every bit of what you see on TV. Like, he glides around the court. He throws passes that are crazy. Everybody I talked to and everything I heard on the radio, it's just said, if this man gets a jumper, if he gets a jump shot and he starts to hit it consistently,
Scary.
it's very scary.
Yeah.
He runs like LeBron out there, and I very, very few people in the NBA that I've seen run like that, and he definitely runs like LeBron out there. I mean, it's full force and
He's
it's
looking like
nuts.
Magic Son.
No.
Pretty much.
Like
Pretty
Magic
much.
Son with a brown body.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He
Exactly.
pretty much fused the two.
I saw a picture of them two together, and LeBron looked like
He dwarfed Bron.
he looked
Right?
really small, like next to Ben Simmons.
Like, if he gets Bron's yokeness in like 5-6 years, he's
yeah.
gonna be like Dwight Howard size,
Yeah.
but moving around like
Hey,
Bron.
and that's crazy how how Ben Simmons averaged 17 points a game with no jump shot.
Yeah.
He's not even shooting.
He can get whatever he wants when he gets in the paint, pretty much.
You're exactly right. Every time he wanted to get into the lane, he just slipped and slashed by everybody and was able to get right into the paint and get.
You got a quick first step, and that body is just prime.
And he's bodying people. Yeah, I mean, I seen some guys bang with him for position and just get thrown out the way, like vets too. So yeah.
Something I want to talk about. You brought it up last time when you were talking about Philly. There's got to be something with their not coaching staff. I guess it would be their medical staff. Thank you. Their team doctors.
Yeah.
At this point, we're kind of getting used to the fact that they're going to draft somebody first round. They're going to sit out a year, and we're just going to have to wait for their rookie year until the next year. Obviously, it can't happen with Foles because he already played a couple games, but we may not see him again this year. He may not come back.
There's a possibility.
I mean, do either of you? Do either of you think there's something wrong with Philly's staff, or is this is just horrible, rotten luck with what's happened, and they happen to be getting over the hump, or at least they happen to be getting some good luck with it? Like they're just having these guys come, because these are some injuries the guys don't come back from. I mean, the foot injuries, especially with big men. I mean, you saw what happened with Greg Oden. He's done off knee injuries specifically, but he ended up having a foot injury. Yao Ming even had his career shortened because of foot injuries with these tall guys. Is there something with the training staff, or is this just horrible bad luck?
Man, I mean, it's tough to call. I mean, I'm gonna have to go with the training staff, just because we've seen this happen too many times to call it luck. Look, fool me once, shame on me. You fool me twice. I'm not sure how the rest of that goes, but yeah.
I think you got it mixed up, but it works in the same capacity.
But yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Shame on you.
Shame on Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, which is the 3rd time. We're all idiots, and something's definitely going on.
Well, this is the 4th.
This is the 4th time. Oh, Noel! I forgot about Nerlens Noel. That was the other one right there.
I think it's a combination of the two things, because I mean these are really, like, the players that they've picked. It's not like they're picking bad players. These guys are, like, really touted and really sought after players that they're picking, but they just happen to, for whatever reason, come in and have freak accidents. But again, going back to the staff, I mean, like, what are these guys doing, right? Like, what are they getting paid for? It's probably the worst medical staff in the league, I think.
I would have to give them that.
I'm going to say I don't think it's the medical staff per se. I think it really is a bad string of bad luck, but it's getting to the point where I'm starting to question what's going on. I'm starting to get smart to it, at least kind of trying to figure it out. Because I don't think they're trying to injure these guys on purpose. But at the same time, like, are they coming back to? I mean,
it depends.
Well, my thing
we
is,
didn't
like,
see Markelle Fultz shoot a free throw like this until just recently.
The Markelle thing, that's one that really kind of throws me off a bit, just because, I mean, we didn't see any signs of this in college at all. So clearly, there's something wrong. There's something wrong, and they kept allowing him to play on that. Like, I almost wish they would have put him in the incubator and just let him sit out.
Do guys change their shots? Like, he changed his shot.
Well, I've seen players do that, but
he shot so well.
Markelle had no reason to do that.
Exactly. That's what I don't understand. Like, he shot so well. Yeah. So was he changing the shot because of pain that was already there that we don't know about?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Absolutely. That's the only reason. Reason a good shooter would change their shot.
And that's the whole thing we haven't heard yet or hasn't come out yet, is that whole thing is they won't want to admit to that.
So it is a bit of both. The horrible training staff would end up causing bad luck within the organization.
Okay.
Right. They're not well prepared for these types of injuries, it seems like.
My last question with Philly. We've seen where they're going. They've got vets. I saw Amir Johnson play the other night, and I forgot he was on that team. Yeah. I was actually kind of surprised.
Yeah.
But they've got these couple vets. They've got the young guys that are balling. TJ McConnell is here to stay.
Say TJ McConnell.
He's been balling too, or at least playing well as that backup.
That new Dellavedova.
New Steve Blake.
Yeah, Deli Lane.
We in agreement Sixers make the playoffs this year?
I think anything's possible on that East, honestly.
It's so early, man. Like Jeff Van Gundy said, the bad teams don't know they're bad yet.
No,
the cream will rise to the top, for sure.
I totally understand that.
If they, and this is going to sound whack, right? But if they can stay healthy, I think they can go to the playoffs. I don't see why not.
Leak, I didn't bring up injuries this time. I didn't bring it up.
Well, I don't see why not. I'll just say that.
Higher than a 6 seed?
Now we pushing it. Let's get him in the offs first before we start.
I gotta see how they look. I gotta see how they looking like 30 games, honestly. And it's really just because remember these guys are coming off like the worst record in NBA history, so it's almost like and they're not healthy right now.
Right.
So yeah, I just want to see. I don't even know what that looks like. I don't even.
I'll tell you this. I guess it's more than if they will or will not make it. I would love to see them in a very pressurized situation.
I would love to see them in
Going
there.
to Cleveland
Like
or
Joel
Boston
Embiid,
first round.
Joel Embiid on that block in a playoff game.
I would
going
also,
against Miami or something like that.
I would also love to see Markelle healthy in that situation.
Right. Hey, Markelle, get well soon, man. And hopefully you don't come back with that release.
Yeah.
For our next segment, we want to talk about some guys that we had one big trade demand, or at least a salon trade demand, supposedly, from Eric Bledsoe about wanting to get out of Phoenix. We knew he was supposedly getting traded for the last couple of years. But let's talk about the Philly guy since we're on Philadelphia. Jahlil Okafor. We had as a group through mobile phones, had a very
group thread, Schwab.
Group thread. Okay,
everybody's
everyone knows what a group
respect
thread
the
is.
thread,
All right. If y'all could have seen this whole argument or conversation we had about Jahlil Okafor,
It was really one-sided.
it really was one-sided. Maybe I was the outlier in this. Jahlil Okafor.
The only one that had a problem with it was you.
Jahlil Okafor demanded a trade after his rookie year.
You and Brett Brown were the only two that had a problem with what we were saying.
Let's put it this way. These boys want Jahlil Okafor straight up trade to the Lakers for Julius Randle. They said it would help. Obviously, we have Lakers stands here, but I didn't think that was going to be a good trade. I would much rather have Brick Hands Julius Randle than have... Who are we just even talking about? Jahlil Okafor.
See, all right, allow me to...
I can't even remember his name.
You guys mind if I bloviate for a second?
Bloviate for a second.
What I don't understand is how we went from him potentially being a rookie of the year, and he had a very good rookie campaign. I mean, he was pretty much there
all the
to
way
the end.
to like 75% through the season. Yeah.
He had a couple off the court issues, but I mean, if you're part of that tank, I mean, we don't know what type of state.
Let it roll.
So I think what we're forgetting is how good this kid really is. I mean, he's very skilled. He has great footwork. He has huge hands, something that Julius doesn't.
What about that Duke narrative?
Well, my Duke narrative still stands. He'd be a role player.
A very good one.
He'd be a very committed role guy.
Man.
And they're not playing him right now for some reason.
I feel like you guys still need a big man, though. This is turning from
He is a big man.
But I mean like a legit stud big man. Like someone that's going to get you.
That's what Jahlil Okafor is.
Allow me to break the
But I thought he was a role player.
Allow me to break the fourth wall.
I'm trying to figure this out right now. How you see Jahlil Okafor
Dog.
as either a role player or legit.
Don't you tell me what you don't like about Jahlil
He's
Okafor.
slow. I don't like his game. He's got an old man game that just doesn't look like it's going to translate to the NBA. He plays like Greg Monroe. He's like a lesser version of a whacker version of Greg Monroe.
You haven't said anything of any type of relevance.
Right, no facts.
Everything you threw out was just all like just ew. I don't like the way his arm moves.
Hey, I just keep exactly.
Listen,
it's the eye test.
Listen, he's averaging.
He's averaging nothing. He's riding the pine right now. Kurt, have you already put that picture up for the world to see, Kurt? I believe he has. The only picture I could find of Jahlil Okafor this year was him in a practice jersey shirt because he hasn't played yet this year.
I'm not sure, but I am gonna throw this out here. He's averaging more than Willie Cauley-Stein is right now.
I guarantee you he's not.
He's absolutely. Hold on.
I'll check this while you guys talk.
Let's be clear. Jahlil Okafor is a better player than Willie Cauley-Stein. I can say that. Now,
imagine him with Lonzo, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing what we do with Big Jew. Jahlil Okafor will be a great trade, straight up. And also Jahlil, he basically be like a more elusive Brook Lopez down there.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
He's got a lot of paint moves, a lot of pirouettes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And he offsets Brook very well.
And he can shoot the mid range. He can catch the ball in the high post, hold that thing with one hand, let everybody run around, and then just pop that thing. Like he's got. I don't know what Schwab's talking about.
We're
And he can shoot free throws pretty
career
well.
this year.
Career, obviously.
Okay, then I'm not. Okay,
He's not playing this year.
Oh, so there we go again. Philly, who has no bigs other than Sark and Embiid, and he can't
Has
even.
no bigs
Bro.
other than Embiid and Sark.
Okay, name me one other team in the league that only has two bigs.
Well,
that
those
size.
guys are the
listen.
guys that's their cornerstone.
Well,
And Amir Johnson is on the
and
squad.
also Covington is playing at the four as
Washed
well.
up.
Listen, bro.
And they can
listen,
play small.
Listen. You got
Look,
to
at the end of the day, y'all can have Jahlil Okafor.
you got to get off of that.
I'm not complaining about that.
You gotta
Y'all can
get off
have
of
him.
that,
I just
Schwab.
don't know why. What
Schwab
you
just
see in
doesn't
him.
want that work, right? Like he doesn't want to
yeah.
say.
I just don't want that. I
anything,
wouldn't want that on anywhere near my team.
I'll say this, and we could dead it after this.
Yeah.
It's clear that Jahlil Okafor doesn't fit there, right? They don't want to utilize his skill set.
Absolutely.
And it's clear that there's something about Julius Randle that is not working in the scheme that they're trying to use moving forward. I wouldn't mind that move. I mean, but aside from that, I think Jalil needs to go somewhere where they respect his talents, and it's clearly not Philly.
Last side note:
As we blow
Julius
it.
Randle should be thriving right now in this offense.
How? He can't catch.
All you have to do is catch the ball from one zone,
That's
go to
it.
the
They
hoop.
can't-
That's
do
the
that, though.
that's
Yeah.
the simple
Can't do
part,
Looking
right?
like Jason Thompson. Let's move on to Eric Bledsoe real quick, who is the only one that's gotten traded so far. He finally did get traded. This next guy that we're talking about finally got his running mate. The Milwaukee Bucks picked up Eric Bledsoe for Greg Monroe in a first rounder.
In case they don't
And a
know,
second rounder.
Ebled forced his way out. We gotta just put that on the table.
Yeah.
He had a DeMarcus Cousins moment when he tweeted he was at the salon.
Yeah,
he
like,
tweeted
what?
this like
Well, he
a
just
hot
said,
yoga
he
situation.
said, I don't want to be here no
want
more.
to be here no more.
I don't want to be here no more. And-
Cryptic.
But he was talking about the salon.
But yeah, that's what.
Like what hair salon, right? Like if you don't want to be somewhere that's not something that you're under contract to be, then why would you be there?
Just
still, right?
leave. Yeah.
Hey, he said those things, and the Suns immediately pulled him from that roster.
They were
He didn't
waiting
play
for a
another
reason.
game. Exactly.
Well, here's the thing about Phoenix. So at the same time, I mean, they're not the most well-run organization in the league, and they should. I mean, we were talking about moving Ebled before the season even started.
They've literally been
which they
waiting.
should have
They've
done.
been waiting for this moment where they got a decent younger big man, and they also got a first round pick out of it. So I don't think there's anything they can complain about right now.
Yeah.
From what they got. I don't think they would have gotten any more
Well, it's Dev Booker's squad now
Yeah.
at this point, right?
at this point.
And they got rid of Earl Watson, which was something that was one of my narratives that was kind of shot down by you guys. I don't know if it was on. I don't know if we have episodic evidence of that, but
No.
no, I'm
No.
gonna say no.
I
too.
actually don't even remember you mentioning anything about that to me. As far as I do, you were fond of Earl Watson. But I digress.
So, League, what do you think about the Bucks now? Then, are the Bucks legit now in your eyes? Does this make them legit, or were they already legit and this is just more fuel to the fire?
I like the addition. I think moving Malcolm Brogdon to the bench. Now you got an edge there because this was the rookie of the year. He's a very responsible young point guard. And then if Jabari Parker comes back and he can get into his groove, I absolutely think they are in position to compete with anybody in the Eastern Conference Finals. But they're not the only team though.
Parker has to come off the bench when he comes back, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
He has to come off the
and I think he should be fine with that too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Giannis at the 4 and then Henson at the 5 just works too perfectly. I feel like you get that defense, but then you still have Giannis to dominate, and then you fill it out with
Who's their
whoever
starting
else.
five?
It's,
Henson. Henson's been starting ever since.
Well, I mean, just all the way through. You got
Bled,
Henson,
Giannis.
Giannis, Ebled. I believe they've been starting Middleton, and then Tony Snell. Is either Snell or Thon Maker, but I'm pretty sure it's Snell.
Probably Snell. I think I
it's Snell
recall
at the
seeing
2.
Snell start.
It was Brogdon, Snell, Middleton, Giannis, and Henson.
Yeah,
or
Jabari
Monroe.
Parker, if he could stay healthy, he'll work his way back into the starting lineup. He did that last time, so.
One thing, that even Jason Kidd had mentioned after getting Bled in the trade was we were long, but we weren't fast.
Right.
Now they have speed. Now they got somebody that can compete with some of the guards out there because they're going into the playoffs on East or West. Very very heavy on the guards right now. You got to deal with your Kyries. You're gonna have to deal with your ITs when he comes back.
John Walls.
Your John Walls of the world.
Dragic.
So I think them picking him up kind of solidifies that spot for them.
Absolutely.
And, gives it a legitimate starting five rather than having some fill-ins here and there.
They at least have a guard now that can do something against these squads, or can at least provide some offense against.
Absolutely. And that big body.
Any night he's a 25-point scorer.
Yeah.
Any night.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's happy now.
Right.
So, but that force out was a bit much, honestly.
Yeah.
That was very unprofessional. And, he's going to have to eat that.
I blame Rich Paul for that.
This is the first that we're going to actually blame Rich Paul for something.
I'm going to put that on Rich. Rich, that's on you. The way y'all handle that, a little unprofessional, man.
Sloppy.
I'm on you.
It's not always we see trade scenarios come to fruition.
And I know you're going to try to change the narrative too, Rich.
This trade scenario did come to fruition. Another one that we have, though, brewing is in a town that nobody wants to talk about right now, but we're going to talk about them twice tonight. In Chicago, the fight between Nikola Mirotic and Bobby Portis. Portis knocked out Mirotic,
I thought it was the other way around. I thought Mirotic knocked out Bobby Portis.
No. That's messed up. Anyways,
Okay, I thought it was
on.
the other way around. I thought Mirotic socked Bobby Portis and then put him in the hospital, and everybody was mad at Mirotic. That's not what happened.
Are you being serious right now? Okay, I was gonna say. See, I can't. What did I tell you guys like 3 weeks ago? The trolling, I just never know sometimes. Anyways, moving on.
Crazy eye killer.
The Bulls.
Cold cocked him already.
The team has chose up and chose Bobby Portis. Where do you send Nikola Mirotic now? Or if you're the Bulls, do you send him anywhere? Or do you make them try and play together when he comes back?
I got a question, Black. It's for you.
Okay.
Would you be interested in trading Mirotic for Randall?
Nah. Because I was just about to go in on how underwhelming Mirotic has been in the last couple seasons.
Wait. What about Mirotic for Dang? The contracts would work.
Yeah, Bulls
Mirotic
would
just
not
signed.
do that.
Bulls don't what?
You have an expiring coming off your contract next year.
But Dang's not going to give you nothing.
You don't need him to.
Mirotic will at least give you some tick.
Dang will give you some tick, but you're not going to be. You're not trying to be good anyway.
Listen. I would take it.
I'm gonna roll this narrative right now.
I would take it. It's a very far-fetched narrative.
Babe, but you know what? We've seen
on that.
We've seen crazier things happen, so I'm gonna roll with it for
Go
now.
right ahead.
Spin them wheels.
I mean, that situation, it's just, I feel like the Bulls are also over Mirotic as well. He hasn't really been living up to the slight glimmer of potential we saw when he kind of came into his own.
Right.
Not shooting the three very, very well the last season.
Yeah.
And you got knocked out by one of your.
Right.
You can't protect yourself out there. How am I gonna suit up with you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So get Mirotic out of there. But Portis needs to chill. As simple as that.
Kurt, I think we need to change the title of this episode. I'm realizing now. We're literally talking about Philly, the Bulls, and the Bucks.
Yeah.
That's all we're talking about.
Yeah.
Are they in the same division?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Philly's in the Atlantic. Philly's in the Atlantic
Yeah,
division.
Philly's in the
Okay.
Atlantic division.
The
We might as well just change
Atlantic
the title. Change the title of this episode to the Leastern Conference. Just call it that. We'll
How
just
about
call
the
it that.
Atlantic division? Hey, by the way,
The Central division.
why does Mirotic has not been shooting the ball very well, and he still can't pump and put it on the floor.
Yeah, he has no handle.
Like get him out of here.
Yeah.
Like send this man back to Europe. Actually,
Yeah, where does he fit in the league? Who wants that?
I can't.
He's
even,
not even a catch and shoot. Like he's not. It's not like he can actually. Yeah, it's not like he's that dead eye shooter, dead eye catch and shoot.
He's not knocking down. He's not knocking down the 3-point.
Yeah.
He can't put the ball on the floor after a pump fake.
And he'd be open.
And he's a complete liability defensively.
Absolutely. Get him out of here. Portis is clearly
and he-
the better of the two in this situation.
And he got knocked out by the team. and then the locker room turned against him.
Yo, how you get knocked out, put in the hospital, and the team not rocking
That
with you
just
no more
tells
after
me
that?
you said something that pissed him
Right.
off. You said something that pissed everybody off, and Portis was the one that took the fall for everybody.
Hey, with that Bulls organization, though, I mean,
So let me ask you guys this.
Bobby was the wrong one.
We've got 2 segments left. Do you guys just want to jump into this, or do you want to just get this over with, and then we can go in on
we can
this?
segue into, we can segue into
Might as well.
the slept up. The most slept on rookie in the
let me introduce you.
right.
Black Moses had a narrative last week that we forgot about a rookie that's balling this year. Now that I see his numbers, he's actually not looking
that's
too
pretty
bad,
good.
at least for this garbage team right now. Lauri Markkanen from Arizona of the Chicago Bulls now. Lightweight putting on a little show, averaging 14.5 points, 7.8 rebounds. 82% from the free throw line is looking solid for me for a big man, too. Black Moses, do you want to just take it away?
Well, I mean, all I have to say is baby unicorn. I mean, he has all the tools that Porzingis had, and we were really talking about Porzingis his rookie season. But it's almost like now that like we've seen that now, like we're not going to give him the respect he deserves. But I mean, he's probably one of the top 3-4 rookies production wise right now. And he's starting, and they're not going to take him out of the starting lineup.
That's true.
So I think he definitely deserves respect. What is it? 14 and a half points a game.
14 and 8.
8 rebounds
solid.
a game. Yeah, I mean, I've always liked the kid when he was in Arizona as well. I thought he had a great skill set, and I'm just happy to see that he's balling out. I personally had been checking up on him.
Absolutely.
So I understand if you guys weren't really paying attention to what he's doing. But I say to the No Hezzy community that you definitely need to watch this kid if you want to see zygote unicorn in the making.
Kristaps Porzingis lightweight created his own lane without even knowing it.
Absolutely.
This unicorn lane, this like
That post-dirt.
freak of nature, like that we don't know what it's gonna be.
But it's funny that they're always purified.
Purification begins.
There's a Adam Silver he's on his Hell Hydra.
We'll get it. We'll fill you guys in on that as it transpires.
Operation Purify.
No, but yeah, I mean,
I haven't watched any of them yet. I did see some of this.
You caught a few bodies.
I saw the stuff from earlier before the season started from out when he was with Finland. I think
Oh,
he was
yeah,
playing with
yeah,
Finland.
yeah, yeah.
He looked really good in that. But I just haven't caught up. I just haven't watched any of them. But you know what? I'm gonna check them out. I'm gonna peep them.
I'll do the
I'm
same.
gonna spend some energy on Chicago.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
Wait, don't spend too much energy on Chicago.
That's some dark. I keep
I'm
becoming
gonna-
dark.
Yeah,
now,
you may not be able to come back from that.
I'm gonna give him a little bit. I'm gonna go to that dark dimension, and I'm gonna see what Markkanen is looking like out there in purgatory.
Jimmy Butler been slandering the Bulls lately too.
Oh yeah, he can't wait. He licking his chops for that.
He even
that
said
return.
December 9th is on his calendar. He's ready to go back. He knows exactly, or January 9th. He knows exactly what day it is.
Hey, I gotta say this. One thing that the new NBA has created that I'm really starting to enjoy is the revenge game, right? The hashtag revenge game,
Right.
where like either the player left on bad terms or the team traded him unexpectedly. Because it's really entertaining, right? Like you get them coming back to their old crowd, like when Kyrie played against the Cavs.
Or even D'Angelo against the
D'Angelo
Lakers
versus
there. And
Lakers.
I
We
was
checked
even
for
hyped
that.
for that.
We checking for that. So shout out to Adam Silver, man.
DeMarcus
Marcus
Sack.
the Kings. Yeah.
Shout out to Adam Silver, man.
Yep.
Like,
They create the narratives for us.
yeah, this is good entertainment. So yeah.
We're
Shout
gonna-
out to Lauri.
We're gonna bring it up to our last segment. Like I said earlier, we've got a new potential. What do they call it when it's yearly? Annual
Perennial.
MVP. Perennial. Thank you. That was when I was looking for perennial MVP candidate, possibly on the way. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Don't forget the extra. You got extra syllable.
Antento. It's the toe at the end.
Antetokounmpo.
It always throws me off. Playing for the Milwaukee Bucks, he's straight killing it right now. I'm just going to read off his. In 12 games so far, he's averaging 31.5 points, 10.5 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 60% from the floor. 60%. And I'm looking at his 3-point field goal percentage. It's only 30%, so he's damn near shooting 90% from everywhere else, from the twos and everywhere else. It's kind of incredible what he's doing right now. I've watched him a couple of times. We were talking about bringing in our new segment, Body of the Week. He'd have probably at least 4 of the
Each
first
week.
5 weeks of the season, at least have one on there because he's been dunking on everybody.
He just bodied
And
Alonzo
he caught Alonzo,
last
yeah.
night.
I will say this much: the one thing that I always notice about him whenever he plays, the catch the rebound or get the outlet pass at one end of the floor by the free throw line.
2 steps.
2 or 3 steps and 2 or 3 dribbles, and the man is already laying the ball up or dunking the ball into the hoop, and it's really unfathomable for me to even think about it or even watch him do it. I think I saw a glitch or something. I saw a meme or something. Somebody got glitched, and Giannis was one of them, where he went from one side of the court to the other.
Yeah.
Instantly, and it's exactly like what it is.
I think what's amazing is in all of this is he can't really shoot, and he's averaging that many points and shooting that percentage.
Right.
I mean, like, he gets in the lane, and it's pretty much no stopping him at that point.
I'll put it in perspective real quick. I said he was only shooting 30% from 3. He's only taking 2 threes a game on average.
Shoot. Really?
So he's taking 19 2-pointers a game, making 12 of them for a total of almost 63% from the field, just on 2-point shots, which we knew, at least for layups and everything like that, those are probably pretty automatic for him. I'm sure if I delved into the advanced statistics, we won't bore you all with that, but I'm sure he's shooting on like shots close to the rim. It's probably close to 100%.
Almost 100%.
I'm sure he was only missed a couple of them because I have yet to see him miss a bunch down there.
You know what this spells? I'm listening at these numbers, and I'm watching this narrative form right in front of me, right? And like it almost seems like I gotta ask, will he be able to keep this up? He's working extra hard.
That body looks super prime right now.
It does look
too,
super
though.
prime, but I just know he's like, and I know after the Lakers game, like a lot of the Lakers players kept mentioning how Giannis was just constantly aggressive all game.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at like, man, is this gonna be able to sustain? You know?
I can't believe I'm using this as an example, but one guy I think is a good example because he's been doing better, it seems like, each and every year. We thought that his production would go down with the teams he's played with. DeMarcus Cousins, he's averaging more points. He's averaging more points and rebounds than Anthony Davis, and more than he's ever had in his career. He keeps going up. I'm not saying he's an all-worldly MVP candidate, but I'm hoping Giannis can at least keep on that type of a thing. He's not going to average more than 32 points a game. He may not even average 30 by the end of the year.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, if he can keep going up like he is, he's going to be like in the James Harden category or the Kawhi Leonard category.
I'll throw somebody else's name in the hat he also reminds me of him, kind of Russell Westbrook. Like the intensity that he's been able to sustain year in and year out. I mean, he suffered a couple injuries here and there, but I mean, for the most part, Russ is pretty much perennially always in that combo as well. So I think the way he plays can be sustainable. And the fact that they added Eric Bledsoe now will help him, not have to do as much.
That's true.
So I think the sky's the limit for this kid. He literally reminds me, it's like they took a test tube with LeBron, KD, and Russ's DNA and threw it all into a jar and just let that thing
It almost makes you wonder, right?
Like you said, can he keep this up? I do feel like the only way he can't keep this up, though, is if the way he's not going to be able to keep this up is if he gets to a point where he feels like it's been so many years of doing this, whereas Russell Westbrook was a sidekick for so many years. He hasn't really had to go in to carry the team except for the last 2 years now that KD's been gone. I feel like Giannis already having what this looks like, this is his 5th year in the league. This is his 5th year that he's been doing this, literally going in or at least progressing and getting better. Yeah. I mean, just looking at points right now, he averaged 7 points a game his rookie season. And he's now at 31. He's gone up by at least 4 to 5 points every single season so far. Yeah. So I mean, who knows? He could average 40 next year.
I think Bron's the blueprint.
I'm just looking at the jump shot, and
I think it's gotten way better though.
Well, it has. But I'm just. That's why I'm just questioning the sustainability. Right. Just because he's averaging 30 points and he's literally not hitting any jump shots. And I don't know how long, one's going to be able to keep that up. I know the 3-point shot he's shooting, he's taking difficult ones because he's pulling them off the dribble and also he's being baited to take them too. And he's trying not to fall into that so much. But his jump shot definitely improved. I just want to see him keep it up more, and but he's getting a lot of stuff in the post too.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's working
guys in the post
because it looks like, and you could definitely tell when you look at him that this offseason he paid attention to his weightlifting and trying to fortify his frame so he could attack more in the paint. I think I think he doesn't shoot because he could get his, like, if we watch him play, his stride into the paint is the equivalent of shooting a jump shot.
Right, yeah.
But more of a higher percent. Because nobody can get in front of him, really.
And he's got all his Euros down.
Yeah.
So he's ready to size.
For reference, 90% of his shots are 2-point shots this year.
Right.
So 9 out of every 10 shots he takes is a 2-point shot. 50% of those shots are within 3 feet of the basket. Yeah. So 50% of his shots are coming right at the basket, where he's averaging 63%, or actually, he's averaging 85% within 3 feet of the basket. Yeah, so everything else is only taking up barely a third of his overall shots.
Right.
That's from 4 feet all the way out to 16 to the 3-point line. So he's not taking that, like you said, to your credit. He's not taking. It's been like his whole career. As I'm looking at these advanced numbers right now, he doesn't take any shots.
You see how Schwab nerds out.
I'm going in right now.
We're knee deep in it now.
We had to get knee deep into it. You asked for it. All right, I'm giving it to you. This is the most he's taken outside 3 feet. It seems like, or at least in the 10 to 16 foot range, which we all know is that kind of dead zone in the NBA, that 10 to 16 footer. Especially. Yeah, nobody takes that unless you're the young team and you're telling these young guys, take the good shots. If you're comfortable with it, take it.
But it's almost like a bad shot now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You'd much rather step out 3 feet and take a 3-pointer.
Yeah, you might as well. If you're going to shoot, you might as well shoot
every
a 3.
time I see it, my eyebrow raises.
The mid range is definitely dying out.
I'll take that 15-footer. You know, that 17. Like around there. But like, you know, Once you're 2 feet in front of the 3-point line, it's just no point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you might as well just stay there. I don't know, man. This season is also pretty emotional for him, considering the fact that his father passed, and his father was, big influence in pushing him to play hoop in the first place. So I think that has something to do with his output right now as well. Kind of playing that pain away, I guess you could say.
It's a lot of different factors going on with Giannis right now. It's almost as if Adam Silver curated a specific environment and then dropped Giannis as an organism into it. Almost as if all this was like written for our entertainment. So, I don't know.
And just to speak of this, we talk about positionless basketball all the time. It's a new thing in the NBA. I'm looking at his chart for the Milwaukee Bucks for the last 5 years. The positions that he's played for, been listed
what is his
as
position,
4 of the
right?
5 positions. He's played small forward, shooting guard, point guard, and now power forward this year. The only position that he hasn't actually been slotted at on the team is center. And we all know he's 7 feet now, if not over 7. Right. He could easily play center for these guys.
All these positions that you just named off, I feel like he does that in a given quarter.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Like, he's literally whatever the team needs him to be at
within
that
a game, he's playing all 5 positions.
It's literally a possession by possession kind of thing.
Choice for him. Like, because he could get the rebound like a power forward, go on the break like a point guard, and finish like, you know what I'm saying, like Vince Carter out there. So, I mean, I don't know, man. This kid,
and then he's switching on to the point guard, locking him down.
Some of these blocks, he's like backside blocks that he gets. The guy goes up, the defender's there, and then he just comes out of nowhere over the top of everybody and swats his ball out
like
of bounds.
A pterodactyl swooping you up.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I think it's amazing the fact that a place like Milwaukee, which isn't considered a big market team, gets the opportunity to have a talent like this, a once in a lifetime talent. And he actually enjoys being there and wants to be there. I think it's amazing that these smaller market teams are now starting to get more run. You know what I mean? Even Indiana, they're starting to look like they got a little bit going on right now. So
they've got that classic like hustle, hardworking team. Like they've got kind of all the
lunch pail,
the reject squad.
Right.
They've got underdogs. They've got a lot of retreads on that team too. 2 off the top of my head, Darren Collison and Lance Stevenson have both played for the Pacers at some point in their careers and are now back on the team.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm still saying Lance Stevenson's name after all these years.
I can't believe. I can't believe.
Please don't ever do that again.
I can't believe Joe Young gave up his number for that man.
I know, right?
What?
He went ahead and just
I still don't know who Joe Young is.
he just sniffed himself.
I still,
Basically, right?
he was a dude on the PG commercial years ago, right?
Yeah.
He went to Oregon.
Gatorade commercial.
He was a scorer at Oregon.
This fool, one of you was talking him up.
I was rocking with him.
Both of you were
I like
hyping him
that.
up. I remember.
Well, he is good. He hasn't. He
the
just
mighty
hasn't,
Joe Young.
He just hasn't figured out his place yet.
Well, he was Paul George's passive for a while.
Yeah, Paul George's little.
Pacifier.
No, his passive.
Yeah. Paul George.
His sub, right?
Yeah, he would follow Paul around everywhere he went and address.
If there's kids listening, just block this out real quick.
We got some questions coming in from the chat.
We have a
Oh,
question.
right.
Kurt's over here watching our chat. It was actually a great time because I think we were just about finished up with Giannis. So, Kurt, actually, do you want me to just read it? Do you want to hand it to me and read it out loud, or is it on there?
He'll blow
I'm
V8.
gonna pick one person for each, so that way we keep it.
Is there
Yeah.
multiple questions? I kind of
we have multiple
are these
Hey, shout out-
basketball
hey.
related? Shout out to the community.
Shout out to the
Someone. I
community,
hope Jeep
man.
is listening right now.
Hey, shout out to G.
Jeep.
Hey, Marcus as well.
Hey.
What's good?
All right. So first question coming in from Young Talum. This one is directed to you, Schwab. Do you think Justin Jackson will have a 20-point game this year?
Ooh.
He already did. He had 19,
19.
huh? I'm gonna say yeah, because the Kings are trash, and I can see anything happening. You know what? I will say this though: Justin Jackson looks great from the corner three, and if he shoots nothing but corner threes the rest of the year, then yes, Young Talum, he will hit 20 points
up,
by the end
Pon?
of the year. What up, Pon? I thought
Yeah.
it was Jim.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So next question is going to be for Black Moses. Black Moses, what do you think of Lonzo Ball's performance so far? From AMSCC goes.
Oh, honestly, man, I'm very disappointed. And I'm just going to be real. Just because, I mean, this is the person that we're pretty much banking our future on. And that shot percentage is terrible. The field goal percentage is terrible. He's shooting like 29% from the field. That's terrible, especially for someone that was shooting above 40% in college and shot the three pretty well. And it's not like he's not getting shots either. And then also the fact that when he gets in the lane and he actually has space for some floater or layup work, he's off. He's missing that too. So as much as he does well outside of scoring, I'm disappointed. So I don't know, man. I'm hoping that he turns it around, but I'm not sure.
Can I come with an unbiased opinion real quick, just from somebody who isn't a fan of the Lakers? I've actually been, besides the shooting, 'cause I totally get the shooting, it's been awful. I've actually been somewhat impressed that he's still been able to average 7 or 8 rebounds a game and 7 or 8 assists a game.
No. He's leading the league in assists.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
He averages 13 assists a game. He's leading the league in assists.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, go ahead and check it out.
Now, I will say this. Those things, those extra things that you're talking about, he does well. And I feel like he has changed the mentality of the team where now they're looking to the ball movement when it's good, it looks really good. But I don't know, man. Maybe I'm being too hard on the boy. I don't know.
All right. Next question is going to be for Leak.
I was off. Yeah.
From Leak. The question is, what do you think about the Cavs so far, specifically their defense? What's your opinion?
The Cavs they seem like they're like the older guys who have been around the block so many times that they're just waiting until the last minute to turn it on, especially with defense. That's the effort part, and they all pretty much have success in their own rights, whether it's champions or or just big time players.
Cavs are the new Spurs.
So I think they're just relaxing on defensively, kind of following Bron's lead on that.
But Bron it's not like he's not committing to defense though.
Oh, I mean, Bron doesn't really give effort on defense. He makes you make a play. But Bron ain't about to overwork himself for you on defense. I think everybody else is following that same thing, just kind of being lazy with everything.
They don't really have one good defender.
Well, it's
though.
about team defense. They're a championship team.
I understand
They
that.
can swarm
but
around. You know what I
you
mean?
gotta at least
They're
have
just
like
lazy right
Shumpert
now.
is not what he used to be. Tristan Thompson can't play like a defense.
Oh, I wouldn't say
Oh
that.
my gosh!
I wouldn't say that. Tristan Thompson's probably their best defender.
I'm creating some
Thompson is
narratives
a-
right now. All right.
Tristan Thompson is meeting everybody at the rim. I'm not saying he's always successful, but he's meeting you there.
They don't have any hustle guys.
We need Schwab to get into these defensive.
It's really just about effort.
Defensive stats.
It's really about effort, and all the guys have the IQ and the ability to play defense with each other, and we've seen them do it at a high level. They just don't care right now.
Well, it also, not to hijack your question, but also it's early in the season, and more than anything, they're trying to sustain themselves health-wise. So, I mean, these games, as much as it, real sports people would probably hate this comment, these games probably don't matter as much or mean as much to them right now, so they're not really giving it 110.
I think they're trying to figure out a way to give enough energy to get the dubs while still maintaining themselves, for the long run. They haven't found that yet.
I'll say this. I think they're in trouble come playoff time, though. I ain't even going to front.
Yep. Oh, well, also, we haven't seen Isaiah Thomas back either.
True. That's very true.
All right. So the next question is we'll kick this one back over to Black Moses. The T-Wolves, will it be over or under 50 wins this season?
Ooh, where are they at right now? Can we pull that up?
Kurt, should I just be saying these questions out loud?
Do you have them in front of you?
No, I was gonna say because no one can hear you, right?
We get. I think they could pick it up.
You can hear yourself. Okay, we're cool then. I was just thinking about that. By the way, Cleveland's giving up 110 points a game.
Yeah,
113 points a game is what they're giving up in opponent points per game. What are we talking about right now?
Minnesota, you just go down.
What do you want?
Timberwolves. Their record right now.
Hey, Schwab's number 2 seed in the West.
Can we pick
Timberwolves record?
Well, you guys get your phones. You can pull it out on your phone. I gotta do everything for you right now.
You move
You
the
literally
thing,
have the tech right now.
I got it right here.
7-5.
They're in 6th place.
No, I don't think so. I think they'll be high 40s. And I say that because they still look like they got some things to figure out. Me and Leak often have a running joke is who's the third option on the squad. Is it Cat's? Is it even Cat's team? Or are we still figuring that out? They got the team. The roster is definitely built for a 50+ win season. Yeah. But I think this year probably not, just because they're going through that chemistry building process, and I mean they should have more wins than they do right now.
Yeah, I agree. 12 games in, they should really have it all figured out. You're right, Black. I agree.
All right. So this next
You think they're gonna win 50?
No, I don't.
All right, well, we good then.
That was some visceral right there.
All right. So this next question is for we're gonna get this one over to Schwab. This one again is from Young Talon.
He's at your neck, Swab.
He's at my neck.
How would y'all feel if, as punishment for LiAngelo shoplifting, they gave him a sentence of 1 year in the Chinese league instead of going to college?
Wow,
that's a great
How
question.
would I feel? Coming with the heater questions.
That was a great question.
I actually would like that because I would love to see like a LiAngelo, Jimmer, and Stephon Marbury like 3-way
All-star team.
Yeah, that'd be great. So I would love to see.
I'm weak at that question.
Yeah,
You know what?
crazy.
Hey, y'all say this much. 1 year in China basketball league might not be bad for LiAngelo because we already know LeVar said he ain't going to the NBA, so make that money in
Right,
China,
get
young
the bread
boy.
now, right?
Exactly. Get what you can
Listen,
now.
Yo, look,
Hey.
he did his thing in China.
What?
Now he's playing in
Yeah,
China.
they about to. If they do that, if they sentence LiAngelo to play in the Chinese league for a year as a punishment, I just immediately saw like LiAngelo being like Hulk from Ragnarok. Like
everybody just loves him
like
there.
the Chinese people.
But he's got that chain and ball and chain on his leg. He's got to drag around the
he's a
court.
prisoner basically. He has to play. He has to hoop.
I think. He could almost be the Lonzo of China, right?
Don't tell him you're in trouble for some of these questions, man.
All right. This next one is for League MVP. The question is, who would you rather take on your team? Prime Steph Curry or prime LeBron James?
Yo, these questions are pretty good.
Yeah,
These
they
are
are.
pretty good.
I'm gonna have to go with.
The suspense is killing me right now.
Yeah, this is a wild one.
Are we past Steph's prime?
I think
Are we in the middle of Steph?
I think
That's what
we're
I'm trying to wonder about you right now.
We're still in the midst of
Yeah,
prime
he's
Steph
still,
right
still
now.
in the midst of that.
I don't think it should be this hard.
It should not be this hard.
That's a good question, man. I'm gonna have to go with prime LeBron.
I know you was fighting that.
You were
did
fighting that
not
so
wanna
hard.
give
You
it
wanted to
that.
say Steph very bad.
Well, everybody would crucify me if I said
I was
Steph
waiting.
Curry.
We were both waiting
I would-
for it.
I was
yeah.
going above you
I
on
wouldn't-
that.
But I mean, yeah, I guess I'm choosing LeBron James. I don't really have multiple reasons why. I mean, every team that he's, I was gonna say got on that he's created. You know, he's ran everybody else off. So I mean, I don't know.
I think he's had more solo success than as a whole. His catalog looks a little bit nicer than
Well,
Steph's.
I mean, yeah, he's got 10 more years. He got like 8 more years and stuff.
But Steph at LeBron, year 10 is not gonna look like Bron at 10.
It's gonna look like Steph at year 10.
What Steph at year 10?
It's not going to
We
be as
don't know
good as
yet.
Braun at year 10.
We don't know yet. We have
Braun
no
is still
clue.
getting better, I feel like, and he's in year 14 right now.
And Steph's worse than it. His skills are going
No,
down.
but he's definitely getting dwarfed by KD. On
Dwarf? I wouldn't call it that. I would call it maintaining.
There's a star floating and it's about to swallow.
I would call it maintaining a winning environment without forcing yourself on the team like how Braun does.
he's getting swallowed up.
Like
by,
you know
by,
how LeBron doesn't let anybody else control the ball. He makes sure that he leads the team in points, rebounds, and assists. Yeah, like how he makes sure he does that. Steph does the opposite of that.
But you did answer the question and say you were wrong.
I did, yeah. I
Is your
did.
mic falling right now? Because I feel like I was able to look at you a few minutes ago. And now, but there we go. We're good right there.
Man, that was
All
a
right, y'all.
stunning question.
Last question of the night. Will LeBron stay on the Cavs? I think we can end that one
With everybody?
All three, yeah.
Can we give a team? If we say no, can we give the team that he's going to go to?
Yeah, I think that would be tight.
Who wants to go first?
I think Bron's coming to the Lakers. Bron trying to Kyrie Lonzo next year, so he gonna come to the Lakers and take it real easy and not have to worry about playmaking as much and let Lonzo set him up for them tomahawk jams of his. Going with yes, he's leaving to the Lakers
I don't even see that happening.
with a Bron track.
I'm gonna say Braun staying in Cleveland. Yeah. I mean, what else is he gonna do? At this point, any other move would be so horrible on his legacy, and he's not gonna win when he comes to LA. The only way he'll leave Cleveland is if he's got another superstar line. Lightweight, 2 more superstars lined up with him, and I don't know how
I'm
that's
not
gonna
saying
happen.
that's not
That's
possible.
gonna okay,
either.
and that's gonna sway my decision right
I
there.
don't know
'Cause that's
how
what I was
that's
trying to
gonna
think about
happen
because I had a couple
with
teams.
the contract scenarios.
I'm gonna say no, he doesn't stay in Cleveland. I'm gonna say he goes to Houston to play with CP and James Harden. They
That would
find
be-
out a way to make that work.
That would be a problem. Here's my question for you, Leak. If he resigns, does he sign longer than 2 years with an option?
No.
Or
Bron is only signing
never do that
2-year
ever
Bron
again.
tracks for the rest of his
He'll
life.
never do that ever
see
again.
now that's where if I was Cleveland, I would have a problem with that.
Right.
But I mean, what can they do? Right?
What are you gonna say no to Bron?
Yeah, you gonna
resigning
tell
there?
Bron, nah, I'm not gonna give you the contract.
Hey, he's like we're on his welcome in Cleveland.
You might as well go back to Miami, see what you can do there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Hey.
I'm not the
Hey.
whole.
That was one of my teams. It was
Hey.
Miami, Milwaukee, and Houston were my
Yo,
three
that would
teams
be
I was
that would be
thinking
a
of.
serious problem.
I think Houston is a strong candidate. I can see that. I don't.
I'm saying if hypothetically, if the Lakers are able to land someone else as well, because clearly he's not gonna just go there just for the roster that as it's set up now.
Well, according to you, Lonzo Ball is having a disappointing rookie season, so I don't know why the best player in the game would want to come play with him.
Well, Lonzo wouldn't have to worry about scoring with Bron on his squad. He could just basically do what he's doing now. Via
You're already ready.
a modifier.
You're already ready to dwarf this man. You're already ready to pigeonhole him into a role right
Lonzo's
now.
like with a system quarterback.
Alex Smith.
After all this I've heard about Lonzo, and you're claiming he's a fucking...
listen.
That's not a bad thing. Alex Smith could finesse a Super Bowl this year, so it's not a bad thing. It's not a great thing either, though.
That's true.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
I'm gonna go with those are some great questions from the No Hezzy Hoopcast community. So we thank
we
you
appreciate
all for
that.
those.
That was dope.
Yeah.
That was definitely
That
dope.
was cool. Maybe we'll do a segment one day where they just keep throwing
Just
rapid
all
fire-
questions.
All questions.
Yeah.
We got to
Were those-
build up that
were-
fan base.
Kurt
though.
to God, were those all throughout the night, or were those just recently?
I told everybody when they
Okay.
could send in the questions.
Okay. Gotcha. Perfect then. You
We gotta
are
build up that fan base.
You guys
Guys,
are paying
help us out.
attention. You're keeping up with this for this last hour. I like it. I dig it.
Shit, make sure you guys share it too, man. We're trying to get that word out.
I'll give you the links right now. I got them all squared away tonight. The Twitch link at No Hezzy Hoops. All the rest of them: YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr. We don't have Snapchat.
Hey, shout out to the Tumblr family though. I don't know who out there messes with Tumblr, but if you do, add that.
Those four: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr. At No Hezzy Hoopcast. Add us, slam us, show everybody the love that we like to give to y'all. Yeah.
Rip Schwab a new one.
Do whatever you want. Just be prepared for that clap back. I might bloviate on you with that clap back.
Hey Schwab, you read those social media links with no hesitation.
That's true.
Exactly.
Good job.
I try to keep a professional work environment.
Okay. So far today, everything's been on point from Schwab, right?
I haven't impressed
I
yet
would say
today
so.
either.
Nah, you must
You
have
haven't-
had your.
you had a couple moments. You had a few moments.
I honestly felt horrible before this episode too. And then once we started going, it all just lifted off of me.
Yeah.
It
It's a
seems
beautiful
like you
thing.
finally got like 4 hours of sleep for once.
Exactly. Actually, I got more sleep this weekend than I have probably in the last 10 years. So that probably did me some good.
What you need is a lady. Nah.
That's 2 weeks in a row we've gone in on that. So let's just end it there. But Jared, you got anything else to say?
I don't know,
I'm just gonna end it.
I was gonna,
Hey, we went from the awkward beginnings to the awkward endings now.
The joke I was gonna throw out was gonna be so.
Okay, let's end it there. I am J.R. Schwab for
I'm
Leak.
Leak.
Black Mo.
Kurt to God in the back.
Hey.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next week. We're going to try and get earlier on this. Schwab's got to go to bed right now. It's getting a little late. No Hezzy Hoopcast. Out.
Out.